Oh, Gix's... Okay, well, Gix's command is actually not that bad. Wait. Wait, what just happened there? They just put the counters on my creature. Let's go ahead and give him a little confusion. What just happened? And a Rottenmouth Viper. Okay, so I don't know. They just misplayed the hell out of that. And oh, no, I didn't even get it going for the Viper. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Manaman, and today's juicer is going to be Neriv, Heart of the Storm. So immediately you'll kind of see if a creature you control entered this turn would deal damage this turn. I don't know if I said that right. Basically, if it entered this turn, it deals double damage. Now, this would be, in my opinion, it feels like a little bit weaker of a version than the Bloodletter of Alcazatz. The Bloodletter of Alcazatz is 3 black pips, so maybe the way that we can kind of justify running this instead of the Bloodletter is basically, well, it's a 4/5, so it's a little bit bigger, and it is Mardu colored. So, of course, having in Mardu, let's go ahead and see if we can make the most out of this Heart of the Storm. Urabrask Forge. On turn 3, if you go for Urabrask Forge, and then you have Neriv, Heart of the Storm, I mean, come on. That's pretty much like the best thing that you can do. Obviously, we do want to have the most that we can use out of like the Mobilize. This card is just phenomenal. I don't know if that's like a guitar or a banjo or just, I don't know what that is, but the Voice of Victory is absolutely amazing. Mobilize 2, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Pretty great, right? Now, I did make, the first deck I made with Tarkir on day 1 was more of like a Zergo Mobilize deck. Now, this is a little bit more into like the Siegebreaker. We'll get into this here in a second, but I wanted to go ahead and focus more on the Siegebreaker and the Neriv, rather than just going all into the Mobilize. You definitely can. There's multiple ways that you can make this, so just keep that in mind. We're just going to have a little bit more fun with this kind of aspect here. Mardu Siegebreaker, I'm sure I am not the first one to do this, as I am a little bit late to the curve, but Phyrexian Fleshgorger, obviously, if you use the Phyrexian Fleshgorger on turn 3 and then go in for Mardu Siegebreaker, you're going to get a 7/5 Phyrexian Fleshgorger Menace, lifelink, the big boy, not the little boy, the big dude. So that is also very, very nice. What I like about here, the Jolly Balloon Man. Now there's a little bit of hidden synergy here. The Jolly Balloon Man into Rottenmouth Viper. That is right. So Rottenmouth Viper, I do run one of these. I definitely think that you could, you know, you can get into a lot of different things here, but if you have Mobilize, they have to sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step, so you do have a window if you have these Mobilize tokens out that you can sacrifice them for Rottenmouth Viper. This costs less for each non-land permanent you sacrifice, so it costs 6. This is essentially like a mana dork. A very, very good mana dork, because you get 2 tokens instead that you can feed to the Rottenmouth Viper, and then if you go for like the Jolly Balloon Man, you can go in for haste and then create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. So you can get a balloon version of the Rottenmouth Viper, and then you also will get that, you know, that blight counter kind of stuff. And this is whenever it attacks or enters, correct? It's been a while since I've played with this one here, but I can't, hold on. Yes, enters or attacks. My god, it took a while. Okay, sorry about that. But either way, yes, Rottenmouth Viper is going to do that, and there's a lot of synergy in this deck here. So last but not least, got the Magmatic Hellkite. Again, Jolly Balloon Man into a Hellkite. You can just keep destroying lands. It's actually really hilarious. Only run 1, because this is a little bit niche of the deck here. It's not like something you should really focus on. Plus, the Jolly Balloon Man is a legendary. So other than that, we're just going to go in for Mardu Siegebreaker. It's got haste, Neriv. We're going to have some fun here. Whitley Fleege for anti, whatchamacallit, Pixie, and then I have these temporary lockdowns are really good versus the that stupid Corey Steelcutter thing. I don't know how else to deal with it. That Corey Steelcutter might be the new boogeyman of the format. I don't know. It's really, really good. So there's not a whole lot of ways to really deal with it. Even if you 1-for-1 it with, say, like, you know, Terra Sunder or something like that, you got to be careful, because they still like got their monk out. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to get around that, but either way, here's the deck. Let me know what you think. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Mana Rocks. The Mana Rocks are the patrons and the YouTube channel members that do help out the channel financially, which means the absolute world to me, because like I said, I mean, well, I haven't said this video, but I've said before, wild cards do not grow on trees, so thank you so much for your support. I don't think I would be here without the Mana Rocks supporting the channel, because I'm still a small little channel, so having that support means a lot to me, and it warms my heart as much as the Magmatic Hellkite. Just kidding. A little bit more than Magmatic Hellkite. Magmatic does warm it a little bit, but the Mana Rocks warm it even further. So all crappy jokes aside, feel free to join us in the Discord. The Discord's absolutely free to join. I will talk to you. I promise you that. Keep in mind, only you, yes, you can help protect the ether with me, so make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this. Without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Low key, it's low K. How you doing here? Let's go ahead and keep this. Got our lovely Mardu 4-drops, so that's looking pretty good. Get down to Skrelv, Sir Skrelv, man. I don't know. It seems pretty damn good. We got a Skrelv. We got both of our Mardu 4-drops. I don't know. Feeling pretty optimistic about this one. Storm Chaser's talent. That kind of erases a little bit of optimism here. The only question is, like, do we actually swing in with the Skrelv here? Take a Duress. See what we're playing against. Ooh, Intimidation Tactics? Or Campaign, sorry. Intimidation Campaign. Intimidation Tactics is the discardy thing. I guess it'll just be... Well, actually, I don't know. I guess we'll go for the Hopeless Nightmare. I'm going to swing in with the Skrelv. I know that seems absolutely insane. I highly doubt they're going to block. Just because... Oh. Alright, maybe I got a little bit too cute there. I thought they were just going to, like, keep it because they have prowess. Okay. I thought for sure they're... I don't even know if that's really, like, the end of the world. I mean, they don't have... I guess they do have removal with the Drowner. I guess it's, like, kind of removal. Okay, I got a little bit too cute there. Let's go ahead and... Oopsie. Nevertheless, we'll fight this out. I mean, kind of does suck, though. Yeah, can't even really protect my Neriv, but let's go in for it anyway. Neriv, Heart of the Storm. Let's see what we got here. What the hell? Scrabbling Skullcrab. Oh, that's the mill thing. Whenever they go for an enchantment, they mill me, right? Alright, so the Mardu Siegebreaker doesn't really have a good combo right now, so I think we actually want to set up Toby before we do anything else. Let's go and just try to attack here. I would assume the drown... Oh, no Drowner. Well, okay. I guess I can still go for the Drowner, but later. Yeah, I guess we don't need any more lands. Yeah, it's a little silly to go in for the Mardu Siegebreaker without something to actually, like... Okay, so they commit a crime. Go back for that. That's fine-ish. Yeah, I mean, we're really kicking ourselves over that Skrelv. Yeah, and then we get rid of it. Oh, man, our Neriv goes away. Okay, well, not the end of the world, I don't think. I think this deck's a little bit strange. They're going in for, like, the, kind of a weird, different little blend here. So I guess we're going to get milled out here a little bit. We mill 2 cards for each enchantment. Oh, our Urabrask Forge. Actually, our Urabrask Forge, unless they have this town big enough, not really the best thing for us. Top decking a land is brutal, but let's go in for this thing. So we're going to get rid of the Toby. I mean, it's pretty good, right? Alright, bam. Get a little Toby action. Get a free Toby with every purchase. I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, this is 16 damage, and they're just going to take it. Or, sorry. I thought that other one has, just pretend like I'm not talking. More lands. A little bit cloggy in the land department here, but, I mean, they don't have any removal for my Siegebreaker, and even if they did, we do get our Toby back, so the Toby Mardu Siegebreaker combo is looking pretty good here. Oh, Gix's... Okay, well, Gix's command is actually not that bad. Wait. Wait, what just happened there? You just... Wait. They just put the counters on my creature. Let's go ahead and give him a little confusion. What just happened? And a Rottenmouth Viper. Okay, so I don't know. They just misplayed the hell out of that. And now we've got a Rottenmouth Viper to play with. Okay, things are going to get absolutely insane here. Let's just swing in first. I don't think they really want to, like, block a whole lot. We'll keep Toby back. Toby's kind of just chilling right now. Oh, no, I didn't even get to go in for the Viper. Alright, so we got our Wilt Leaf Leech. Of course, we're going... I typically like the Baloth more than the Wilt Leaf Leech, but if we're going to be running, obviously, white, we got to go with the Wilt Leaf Leech, so... Don't see a turn 1 Hopeless Nightmare. That's okay. Let's get this down, and then we'll just pay 1 for the Forge for the Voice of Victory. And then we're looking pretty good. Scrabbling Skullcrab. Alright, so, I guess it's kind of a weird spot here. Just because I'm already kind of eyeing up how we could get 3 white sources for the Wilt Leaf Liege if they don't go for the Hopeless Nightmare. Another run is pretty unfortunate. Having them mill me is a little bit weird. Like, there's so many... This is what I'm, like, saying, though. Like, there's so many decks where, like, that would really screw you up. Because we can use, like, Bloodghast or something like that. So we're in a little bit of a bind here. If we want to get the Phyrexian Fleshgorger out on curve, we're going to have to not be able to go in for the Wiltleaf Liege on turn 4 because of the 3 white sources, but of course, nowhere to run. Obviously, really, really bad for our deck because it just perfectly counters the Phyrexian Fleshgorger. But get rid of my lands. Get rid of my lands is pretty nice. Thank you, Mr. Skullcrab. So we're going for you. Still can't really do too much here. That's enough lands. Getting absolutely flooded here, which is a little bit gross. But they're kind of getting... I was going to say they might have been getting screwed. I think they missed 1 land drop there. Fear of Isolation. Sure. I guess we may as well just go for the throat. Ooh, that really... Oh, that... See, there we go. Bad crab. You were good to me, crab, but now you're bad. Yeah, that dragon would be absolutely nasty. So we do have a Fleshgorger. At this point, I'm going to be starting to look to go for the full-blown Fleshgorger. So let's get down our white source so that we can just hard cast this Wiltleaf Liege. Did not really expect this, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm just going to be looking to go in for the full-blown Fleshgorger then. Sure. Jace. I mean... Oh, another one. Okay, hold on. We might be kind of in luck here. So let's get down our tap land. I'll pay all the land. Don't really care about this. This actually is not that bad here, because other green creatures you control get +1/+1. So it actually gets 2 +1/+1s, because it's green and white. Pretty interesting there. So now we actually can actually swing in, and they'd have to chump block with their crab, rather than bounce. I did not think that we were going to get into a weird position into the board where we're just hard casting Wiltleaf Lieges, but I mean, I'll take it. 2 6/6 Wiltleaf Lieges, and then next turn we're gonna get a big Phyrexian Fleshgorger out. I mean, this is pretty good. So they mill me.
I will shatter your mind.
Okay, why are they milling me? I guess they're just kind of waving the white flag on the whole mill strategy, but nevertheless, we're looking pretty amazing. Weirdly enough, we're looking pretty amazing. We don't get any buffs off Phyrexian Fleshgorger, but I don't really care. The whole point of the Wiltleaf Lieges is to screw up their Hopeless Nightmares. Double chump blocks here. They can't really sweep the board effectively here, so Phyrexian Fleshgorger, we've hardcasted 2 Wiltleaf Lieges, and now we hardcast a big Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Kind of a weird game, in all honesty, but I will take it. This is not going to be enough. Intimidation campaign, the game... Yeah, whatever, who cares? Even if they did have a Gix's Command, it would not matter. Horakashi Riku. Hello, how you doing here? Alright, I think we're looking pretty good. We do have our lovely Balloon Man. Let's see if we can get this going. I do like the Urabrask Forge, especially with our new Spirit Dragon. Does obviously have a nice little 1-2 punch, but... I think we're gonna have to find our 3rd land before we get anything crazy going. Land anywhere else? There's our... Okay, well now we have the Siegebreaker with the Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Obviously, that is the best thing that we can really do with it. I'm gonna get a little greedy here. We're gonna go for the Voice of Victory. If we don't find our 3rd land, we can always go for Charming Scoundrel. Maybe even push for like a yeah, turn 2 Overlord's never great. All right, we get a 3rd land that's actually really phenomenal. I think we're just gonna go in for the Fleshgorger. If they start, they're Gruul. I mean, they're basically just like Gruul beat down, I'm assuming. So if they're not the Overlords, Zur, or Beanstalk type of deck, I'm assuming some big dinosaurs or something, or maybe even dragons, obviously with Tarkir coming out. I guess we have our answer. What do they get here for free? A Beanstalk. Okay, well, up the Beanstalk is probably the best case scenario for us. No joke. Alright, so obviously it's not really great here. If it is an untapped land, we can go in for Siegebreaker, but that's still going to be a thing next turn. I don't think we really need another tap land, so... This thing comes back to their hand whenever they cast a dragon, or whenever a dragon enters, so... This is going to be a little bit of an awkward turn. I guess I could be a little bit more aggressive here, but I think the best thing that we can do is just go for the throat. Because I'm assuming they're just going to drop down like a big dragon. And then we just go for the throat it, and then we can Siegebreaker the Phyrexian Fleshgorger. That is not a dragon. Some more tap land, okay. I'm waiting for the big creature. Oh, okay, no big creatures. No more setup. So this is kind of awkward. I mean, kind of puts a little bit of a damper on our plans here. I don't really want to just like go for the throw on a Llanowar Elves. It's kind of silly. Let's go ahead and do it, baby. We got the Mardu Siegebreaker. Let's go. Mardu Siegebreaker into the Phyrexian Fleshgorger, and come on. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is the best play in the deck, I think, essentially. So, bam, 7-5 for absolute free. I don't, let's see. If we went for go for the throat, and that was blocked, I think we could still, I mean, we couldn't go for lethal there, so. At least I think, right? I have to go back and look at that. Bramble Familiar, so they're just kind of, oh, okay, well, Atali is not a dragon, but that is pretty scary still. Oh my god, okay. Oh, I think we're so cooked here. Okay. Charming Prince, they're probably going to blink. Okay, we're supposed to do the blink stuff. They're going to blink the Atali, get the Atali going. Ireni. Oh, this is so bad. So I'm going to kill my two things here. I think we're just screwed. Breaching Dragonstorm goes back up. We do get a 7-5 Fleshgorger, and I can go for the throw, but they're going to get their Atali back. Oh, and yeah, they also get their Overlord. Okay, we're screwed. Yeah, I don't think we can even win now. Wow. Pretty crazy stuff here. They take my Spirit Dragon. Beanstalk. Overlord comes out to play. We're just cooked, right? I don't think... this guy also got protection from black as well, so... that play, that turn they had was absolutely insane. Kind of stemmed from what, a Bramble Familiar into a, whatchamacallit. Let's go to round 2. Alright, that was absolutely devastating. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, despite having a Duress, which is really unfortunate, but I'm assuming this is the kind of deck that would maybe be running like, Smuggler Surprise or something like that, so I think we can kind of justify the Duress. Probably should have sideboarded it out, but it's okay. What's nice about the Verges is the Verges are black. Even if you don't like activate them or whatever the hell, so we will be able to get into Phyrexian Fleshgorger. That is absolutely sad. Let's go ahead and give a little sad face here. All right, so speak of the devil, those Verges are black, so that's nice. Let's go for Voice of Victory. We're looking pretty good. Just okay. I would say pretty good. Oh my gosh, we have our second Duress here, which is pretty unfortunate. But let's go for the Fleshgorger. That Trumpeting Carnosaur, there's nothing we can do about it because that's a creature. So they're going to be able to stomp away our Fleshgorger. Quite unfortunate. Or do they start ramping with that other dragon thing? It's not. Dinos and dragons, huh? Oh, another land is pretty brutal here. Another land is pretty gross. We're gonna, I mean, obviously using the, we can't just like hold on to the Duress forever, so I think that was the right move, I guess. Okay. We're getting a little bit more oomph here. Maybe I should be running like the Restless Vents, like those man land cards. I think you could definitely convince me that we should be running a few. Okay. Let's go ahead and swing in before we get down the theater. I mean, this is not nothing. If they can't sweep the board, we might be okay. But we're gonna need a little bit of help here. Another land. Oh my god. Flood City Motors. Alright. This one, they gain life here, so we're gonna need a little bit more oomph. Go for the throw. Well, I guess we just have to go for the throw so that we can swing in scot-free with our Voice of Victories. I didn't think it was over, but okay. Round 3. Fight. Okay. Rottenmouth Viper. Absolutely love the Rottenmouth Viper in this deck. I think I may have to just like... Right now, it's Tarkir is still pretty like fresh. So I'm going to make more like Tarkir-oriented brews. But I do really want to revisit the Rottenmouth Viper with like the Jolly Balloon Man and just go like all in into that kind of side of things. But as of right now, like I said, Tarkir is the focus. So we're gonna keep doing the Tarkir for a while. But I do think the Rottenmouth Viper does need to get revisited, because I think you can definitely make a crazy Rottenmouth Viper deck. I want to kind of establish my lands here before I start going in for Voice of Victory. Bramble. These Brambles definitely screwed me up the game 1, so... I think we're just going to get them the Forge. I mean... The question is, like, do you go for Forge or go for Voice of Victory? I already committed to, like, not going in for the Voice of Victory. What I really like about the Voice of Victory... Well, obviously, if we have the Rottenmouth Viper, it's pretty self-explanatory. Heritage Reclamation, destroy target artifact. That's not really that big of a deal. We don't need the Forge to win. Ooh, there we go. So now the question becomes... I'm going to get down Neriv. I still don't know how to say that. Neriv? It's the Heart of the Storm. We're just going to play it down. I know we don't really have any haste, so this is kind of awkward. We don't have any mobilize that doesn't have haste, so like there's not a whole lot we can do regarding the actual Heart of the Storm. Okay, this is weird. I'm just going to let you have it. If you've got, if you're just punking me out, then congrats, you got it. I'm not blocking. I guess we're just going for it, man. Looks pretty good. We got a Fleshgorger, and we got a Voice of Victory with the Mobilize. Next turn, once we get the Mobilize going, we can go for the Rottenmouth Viper. And that feels pretty good. Trumpet cards are. I think that's the second time. See, look. The prototype, whenever it comes off to the right, for some reason, all the prototype cards, they're blurry, if you've noticed. The text is black and really blurry and foggy. Oh, God. What is this? It was a dragon, right? So gain 5 life to 4/5, and then they get it back. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad for us, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we do have a Siegebreaker now. So do we set up the Fleshgorger to go in for Siegebreaker later? Or do we swing in with the Voice of Victory, get 2 mobilized tokens, maybe they don't block, and then we can go in for a Rottenmouth Viper? Rottenmouth Viper costs 6. Let's go give him a thinking here. I'm gonna take a second. I think we just Siegebreaker here. I mean, I took a long second there. I think we're just gonna do this on the Voice of Victory, I guess. It doesn't feel amazing. We swing in and then we just get another Voice of Victory that doesn't even mobilize. So they block that, but they're still gonna take 8. And that's really awkward. Like, what do we do there? If they didn't have the breaching... Oh, wow. Okay, well, at least we get 2 with the, I don't know. Do you go for the Phyrexian Fleshgorger there? I don't think you do, because now we can go for Rottenmouth Viper relatively easy. Wow. Okay. David. Hello. Let's go ahead and keep this. Looks pretty good. Hopefully we can maybe get a little bit more Magmatic Hellkite. This card is absolutely phenomenal. If we can get a Jolly Balloon Man into a Hellkite, like that would be pretty hilarious. That's kind of what we've got going on here. You know what? I know it seems a little bit goofy because we could wait. We could wait to go in for the Charming Prince into like the Hellkite. We could also go for the Throat on the Llanowar Elves. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. Let's just one turn at a time here. This is completely fine. Okay, now I'm not ahead of... Okay, never mind. Now I am a little bit ahead of myself. I was going to say, do we go in for the, you know, go for the Throat or something like that? I don't think so. Let's just do this now. Now we got the Forge on turn 3. Don't listen to me. Sometimes I just babble. Don't listen to me. Well, I mean, this looks pretty good, though. They got the Hellkite. They do have a Verge. It's a little ironic that they have the cool new lands. The Dragon Pupil lands. And we got a Magmatic Hellkite staring down those lands. You know, hey. A little bit of irony there. Hopefully nothing too crazy comes out to play. Okay. I actually don't like double basics there. Tear Sunder's... that's pretty bad. I'm not going to say it's fine. That's pretty annoying. But we are going to get a Magmatic Hellkite on turn 4, so could be worse. Only one source open, so you can't really cut down the Hellkite either. So, I mean, we're going to kind of screw him up here. It is a little tempting to go in for Duress before the Hellkite, but I can't resist. I can't resist. Come on. Hellkite, let's go ahead and get rid of that land. I think the Hellkite could absolutely wreck, and I mean wreck, Domain if they're not running all those basics. And even on Pixie. Esper Pixie has mana problems, so this Hellkite is definitely very relevant. It's kind of like the, I think I remember Krenko's Buzz Crusher. I do remember that card. The stun counter really does change the dynamic of it, though. Because the Buzz Crusher is just kind of like, eh. The Hellkite gives a stun counter. That's actually, like, relevant. Here we go. Okay. I guess we go for the Duress first, so that I can go for the Charming Prince, but the only problem... See, look at this. This is kind of crappy. They only have basics, so, like, blinking... That's the kind of the whole point of the deck, is to, like, blink the ETBs. I mean, that's not the end of the world. We can just scry. I mean, that's the most fun thing to do, is to, like, blink the Hellkite, and then we kill another land after blinking it with the Charming Prince, but... I mean, we can just scry, too. I mean, sure, scry, too. It's not bad. Got Neriv, Heart of the Storm, and then Charming Scoundrel. I think Charming Scoundrel's fine. Which one do we want first, though, is the question. I don't really care about Go for the Throat so much, so I guess we could go for this, because, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to take too much time up there. I don't even know if it really matters that much. It's fine. I'm already kind of regretting it. Maybe I should have gone in for Neriv first. No, because you know what? I don't want to discard. I don't want to create a treasure token. I may just do a Wicked Roll token. It's the least common one. It's definitely the least common mode used on this, but I think this is I think it's right now. They're not going to block the Hellkite, so I think we go for Charming Prince so that we give them a good, we give ourselves a good matchup here. Alright, so now we get to trade. I'm not swinging with the Scoundrel. So now they can't just pick off the Charming Prince. And if they do, they have to trade. And then they lose 1 life from the Wicked Roll. So like, this is actually kind of okay here. Okay. Sure. Kind of worth noting that if they double block, which is what I would assume is going to happen, we can go for the throat one of them and it becomes a chump block, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do that first. Let's not swing in with the, or play our Heart of the Storm. If they go for a double block here, we can just create a chump block. Yeah, I guess we're just kind of being aggressive here, right? Like, I don't get down my Heart of the Storm this way, but we keep our dragon. We force them to chump block. They take 3. I feel like they're going to play something over top of us, though, which is a little scary. Alright, Fleshgorger's pretty good. Let's get down another flyer, right? Holding up priority for something, so you gotta imagine they're not completely out of gas here. 2 cards left in their hand. Down to 6. I think I'm pretty comfortable with dropping the Heart of the Storm. If they are running that black Regent Dragon, if you notice that dragon does sweep the board, but only for non-dragons. And I actually have 2 dragons out here, so even if they did have that card, it wouldn't have mattered. That's pretty sick. All right, let's keep it going. Got the Jolly Balloon Man. You gotta love the Jolly Balloon Man. Llanowar Elves. I think the Jolly Balloon Man could be... Ooh, baby. Got a Rottenmouth Viper as well. That's kind of nice. The Jolly Balloon Man, I imagine, would be like a really fun commander. It's going to get rid of the Terra Sunder for our lovely Urabrask Forge. Which Overlord do they go for? Guess we have our answer. Yeah, it makes sense, right? If you get an untapped Black Source, they could actually just go in for the Overlord full-blown next turn, which is pretty nuts. But I guess I'll just Duress away. In case that one mystery card is a non-land. It is not. Give him Crying Face. Alright, so no Overlord of the Bale. Oh, they're going to impend. That's kind of weird because they could just cast it full blown next turn and they whiff. Oof. Okay. Yeah, they could have just went for the full blown Overlord next turn. So, like, I mean, it's fine with me. I guess just getting down the Forge is the most persistently annoying thing. I mean, they for sure, being in green, they might have, they have Terra Sunder, Frillback, etc., but it's okay. If this gets grindy enough, we could go in for a Jolly Balloon Man on a Rottenmouth Viper, and that would be absolutely insane. I have done that before. Ooh, see, there's that card that may have saved them last turn if I didn't have dragons. Because I had dragons, it kind of screwed them up. That was pretty fun. Man, I don't know what to do here. I'm not too sure what to do here. Let's go ahead and swing in, I guess. Let's just start with this. Bluff is not respected. GG's on that. I don't know, man. This is just like a Voice of Victory, or then a cut down as well. Or do we just get down the Fleshgorger for the life gain? I guess we do this and then cut down something. I do want to get down the Viper. This is, oh man, the Overlord, oh man, okay. This is not going to work. I already regret this immediately. We should have just dropped on the Fleshgorger for the life gain. I don't think we've got enough time to go in for the Rottenmouth Viper. I forgot that Overlord is coming out to play next turn. I think that's definitely the biggest switch point here. Yeah, I should have gone for the Fleshgorger. Damn it. This cutdown's not doing anything. We should have just gone for the Fleshgorger. Guess we do... Well, I don't know, because we have to pay life, so like I don't even know if I really want to do that now. I totally forgot about the Overlord. That's just on me. If they didn't have the Overlord, we swing in with the Voice of Victory, and then we could get down a Rottenmouth Viper. We have Forge. I mean, again, we can. It doesn't matter. I screwed this all up. There. Do we just swing in and just try to bluff? They didn't take my bluff last time. But I don't know if there's really any other option that we can do. Now that I'm showing like hesitancy, they probably won't buy the bluff anyway. I should have just swung in immediately. Be a lot, whatever. It's going away. This one's going away, but I'm talking about the Voice of Victory. But, oh wow, okay, well, whatever. Maybe I should have swung on the Voice of Victory then. Maybe I should have just bluffed, because I don't think we could win anyway. Alright, so I would have, if I would have had 2 more mobilized tokens, that's 3 tokens, and then that's the Rottenmouth Viper. And then we could have maybe gone in for a Fleshgorger for defense. We lost for sure, but I definitely screwed this all up. The Jolly Balloon Man is only as a sorcery, so it's not like I could create a balloon at instant speed to chump block the Regent. So I knew that wasn't part of the blunder. The blunder was definitely just forgetting about the Overlord, because we could swing with the Voice of Victory. Oh, that's really disappointing. I really wish I could have pulled that one out for you guys, but that is unfortunate. Okay. I think we are definitely well cooked. We'll let them play it out maybe one more turn, right? getting the Viper down, and then we could have Jolly Balloon Man the Viper. I really wish I wasn't so stupid. Come to think of it though, even if we did get the Fleshgorger down, I don't even know if that really would have mattered, because we're just like essentially chump blocking, so we may have just been one turn too late, like in general. That's a pretty gross burp, I apologize. Okay, so just double block here. I don't think it really matters here. That's just enough, actually, isn't it? Okay, it doesn't really matter here. Let's go and give him GGs and go on to round 3, baby. Round 3. Fight. Okay. So, we're looking pretty good here, I think. I mean, yeah. Don't have any white for the Charming Prince, but let's be honest. Let's just be honest for a second. Do we really even want to go for a turn 2 Charming Prince when we have these creatures in our hand? No, we want to blink them. So there we go. Well, you know what, man? I was just kind of coping, right? Don't we kind of want to? I was coping a little bit, right? Let's just scry. I know it seems dumb, but I would assume they have a kill spell eventually anyway. Maybe we get down another Charming Prince. Who knows? I was just kind of coping as far as not having a white source. I think we do want to just scry away for now. So there you go. Destroy target creature. I guess this is a sorcery, so maybe now I'm like in 3 layers of cope right now. So go for the Fleshgorger. They most likely just would have like killed the Fleshgorger though, right? The Charming Prince blink stuff does not happen a lot. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit too passive about it, but I do think that it is a fragile combination, so I'm always a little bit gun shy on it. It's also the reason why I'm not running Scroll Shift, because Scroll Shift is even more expensive. I know that it's an instant, but I still think it's just very expensive. And I think Charming Prince does the same thing if you're only doing creatures. Alright, so they do have a Blooming Marsh here. They take the discard because they're definitely a little bit afraid of the pressure that I'm putting on them, so that's kind of nice. Let's kill that Blooming Marsh. I definitely would prefer to use the Magmatic Hellkite on a Restless Cottage or a Fountain Port or something like that. Speak of the devil. Verge. Okay. I'm a little nervous about like maybe some sort of board wipe if they're not doing anything and they're starting to get more value accrued in their mana base. I mean, I don't think I'd be that afraid though, right? Let's just do this. I could just be holding up priority for Fountain Port, so like... Again though, if they have that Black Regent, they're not going to be able to sweep the board because my cards are dragons. And that card specifically says all non-dragons get... Okay, well, Overlord. Actually, Overlord's not even that bad. Who cares? I fly. Who cares? And they whiff again, which is pretty insane. Oh, man. They are... I see the flash. I see the flash of their hand. But down to 8. We have lethal next turn. So who's your only white source on the Voice of Victory? It's because the Voice of Victory, we can go off with the Neriv and get double damage off our mobilized tokens. Kaj doesn't do anything. This makes me a little nervous. But again, even, I'm not joking, there's a good chance they have that dragon sweep, but because I'm running dragons in the air, I have just enough. Just enough! Let's go!